Trying to think if I could do a horizontal orientation, but it's not going to do it. All right. We'll turn this thing around. Okay, so we're going to be doing some box decorating. Sorry about the shakiness. So I got this pack of cards that I made. Dreaming it. Hey, so I made a pack of cards, or they are crossword or cards, and I'm going to number them. Yeah, well, I'm doing all right, I guess. I made this box, and I'm going to decorate this box. That's what we're doing today. I'm still having my coffee because I just woke up not too long ago. And how are you doing? We are going to start the numbering process. We'll start right here. Let's give it a good shuffle. How are things on the other side of the world? Okay, you're just going to bed. I see. Yeah. Well, all right, I'm going to start here with this one being the 0 card. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're actually already laying in bed. You haven't gone to sleep yet. 7, 8, 9, this is like my, let's see, what was this one? 9. Okay, so this one's 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27, and I feel like I've missed some. Oh no, that's right. And then there was that one that I pulled out on the side over here, and we're going to call this one 27. We're going to call this one the 111 card. Okay, we'll put that in the mix. So what I have here is a set of homemade oracle cards. And these are an intuitive tool that you can use. If you're into divination, you can use that, or you can use that as a writing prompt system. There's 131 people watching this. Okay, all right, 13. So what this, you can use this as a means of divination is very open-ended. And so if somebody asks, if you're a diviner and you're word orientated rather than image orientated, you can use these words as a means to prompt your intuition in order to answer questions for people. Or you can use it. Now, don't forget to push the like button and everything. Or you can use it for storytelling, and randomly pull a card out and exercise your ability to creative write right on the spot. So at one point in time, there was a whole lot of people watching, and now there's only 2 people watching because the nothing has really happened, and I have fallen into a state of boredom for people. And so let's just take an example of how this works. Touchdown. The referee called out touchdown. The current was in the air. An electric current. An electric current. That knowledge that it had finally happened, and it whipped around the stadium. The team had lost 20 straight games. This was the last game in the season, and they won by 1 touchdown. All in the stadium rose up in a wave motion. It was like electric current moved through the whole crowd. They moved up into a standing position, their arms raised to the ceiling, to the sky, in jubilation for their team. The joy was electric, like a current running from toe through the torso, through the fingers, and up to the sky. Hello, Jessica H. Thank you, Jessica H, for being here. And so this is how you can use this as a means for storytelling. You can also use it for divination. But what I was just making this pack of cards because I also made this little box that will fit it into, and I wanted to decorate the box. And so I did this before we started here. Well, I have one other tab to cut off, and this is a little tuck box. Where do my scissors run off to? I had scissors. Oh, here they are. Scissors. So I want to start doing some decorating on the box. I hope I can find that stencil. I was a little disorganized today but I think I want to start out by, this is the front. This is the front. Maybe this is the front here. So this side being the front, and I want that stencil. Where did I put that stencil at? I am so disorganized. I cannot tell you how disorganized I am. It's at a scale. I can't even talk. I should have had this out, but I didn't get to sleep until like 6 o'clock in the morning. And hello, travel siblings. Welcome. This is for folks who can't make it to the evening session, and so it's a pop-up for afternoon people. Hopefully Sam from Spain will be able to join in. I don't know. I know he wanted me to go on yesterday, but I did not have any electricity yesterday. So I'm going to move on with doing. So I pulled out of this pack a bunch of words, and I'm going to take some of these words and we're going to add them on to, let's see, did I think this was the front or the back? So when you look at a pack of cards, is the tuck is on the back. So I think what I'm going to do, I wanted to put like a mushroom stencil on the front. But since I can't find my stencils, we're just going to start and do, maybe we'll just do that some other time. So maybe no stencil. So I'm going to handwrite a bunch of words in a crossword pattern, and that's going to be sort of the, I know that I want this word myth. Oh, I think I need to put the word oracle in it too. Let's see, do I have oracle anywhere on? Yeah, I do have that. So, oracle, and the spelling of the word, because I don't have O-R-A-C-L-E. And so, oracle. We're going to handwrite this, and it's not going to look pretty, but that's just the way it is. And then probably what this is like a rough draft. It's not the final one, not the one I'm going to send to the individual. So Hershey, if you're out there, this one's for you. Hershey, the shadow reader, has been generous enough to have me come on her show where I can practice the art of divination. And Thomas from Tarot Your Way, they have also had me come on to their show so I can practice doing live divination for people. So myth, M-Y-T-H, myth and oracle. Those are the two words that I want to have in here, but I chose some words out of that pack that I can put in here, like frozen. So if you're frozen would be a concept, being frozen with fear, frozen with anxiety, frozen with processing disorders or executive function disorders in your brain, being overwhelmed by stimuli and you are frozen in place, or like a deer in the headlights, frozen. That's a word that of an emotion or a reality that can come up in your life. Closet. We are all in the closet on something, you know. No one is completely open. So closet, a word that signifies that you're in denial about something, that you want to keep something hidden from the world. I was a closet smoker for years and years and years, and I kept my cigarette habit secret from most people. I was a closet cigarette smoker, and that started when I was like in a teenager. Dream. Well, we all have dreams, but sometimes life seems so hopeless that it is hard to dream and have hope of a better day tomorrow. So that can be a problem. And we are governed by a lot of myths in our life. One of the biggest myths that governs our life is that you exit your teenage years and you think you are ugly. This doesn't happen to everybody, but it happens to a lot of people. A lot of people, for some odd reason, believe they are ugly. But yes, there are a few people who truly don't have, they are not very easy on the eyes. But I have met many people who are not easy on the eyes, who are stunningly beautiful because of how they act in the world. So there are the myths. The myths are, there's two different types of myths. There are those myths that we believe that are not true. There are things like things that are taught. They're stories that are taught that really have no basis in reality. Like, am I ugly? Are you ugly? No, you're not ugly. You may not be you may not be a looker, but you're not ugly, because there are things, because most people fall within a range of how they look, and there are some people who exist on either edge, whether they are the super beautiful or they are not that easy on the eyes. But there are things that you can do to make yourself not ugly, and that all comes through how you behave in the world and how you love one another. But that's just another story. And so, but the other kind of myth are your religious stories. Yes, self-esteem is a real problem. And hello, yes. And so the whole thing with that whole thing of feeling ugly, I can tell you that most people, by the time they cross over 50 years of age, don't feel that way anymore, regardless of what their physical appearance look like. I know people who are in their 60s who are very difficult to look at, but they themselves believe that they are beautiful. And that is kind of and that is, it comes from having a certain level of comfort within yourself, and it takes time sometimes, but the whole thing, these myths that you believe that govern your life, your governing philosophies, because most of them are just that. They're not real. They're based on, maybe, who knows what they're based on, something your parents or something in a region that you live in, that they believe. But when you confront those beliefs within a larger human population, they tend to not be true. They may be true for you and your people, but they're not true for everyone. And then if you want to look at other things like religion and religious beliefs, most religious beliefs are that way. They are regional. They're not universal. Because we have, anyways, I can talk more on that later, but that's why I pulled these words out, and I wanted to make sure that this oracle pack has the word oracle in it and the word myth, and so I need to fit that. And then there are these other words that I will fit in here that I got specifically from these cards. And so I think I want to start with harbor. So if I start with the word harbor, you need like a safe harbor to be in, to exist in your life. Harbor and hope. Hope might be at the top. Myth. Okay, so if I clear over to the here, and we did the word myth, hope, myth, hope. Let's just fit that word oracle in here. O-R-A-C-L-E. This is not an exact science because it's so freehand, but freehand is nice too. So we have myth, oracle, hope. But maybe we want to make it hopes or oracles, because there's multiple oracles, multiple ways of telling a truth. And that's the other thing that myth is, that not all myth are lies. Some myths are vehicles for telling the truth. So oracles, myths. But I really like this word sail, because sometimes you have to be sold on a myth. Happy scary month though, cryptic, yeah. So we got myth, oracles, hope, sail. And because, I'm like, come out of Christian extraction, I'm gonna really want to have that word faith in here. But I didn't have faith in this pack, so it's not gonna be there. So There is no, so frozen, problem, myth, oracle, hope, sales, closet, esteem, let's do that, esteem. So it would be E, E, M, T, S, E. Esteem. It's not really quite adding up. Boom. Okay, so it's not exact. So that's fine. I probably will do this again and make it more happy Halloween month to you too. M. Do I have an M word here? Drama. Well, our lives are full of things like drama. So, T. Did I? Oh, tattoo. Let's go run that word tattoo in here. T A T T O O. Tattoo. Rift. R-I-F-T. A rift came between you two. The tattoo. Ink. She wore her wound like a tattoo on her skin. That's a way to use that word in a sense of you're doing a divinatory practice. Tattoo. So I think from here, then I'm going to put that word closet. C-L-O-S-E-T, closet. Closet. And from here, I think I can use that word rift. Rift. R-I-F-T, rift. Do I have anything here that starts with a F? But no, I have this word frozen. F-R-O-Z-E-N, frozen. Myth, oracles, hope, sale, esteem, tattoo, closet, rift, frozen. And maybe I want one more. Dream, D-R-E-A-M. Drama. Can I get drama in here? No. So I'm going to go back in here looking for another word in order to branch off and go down here. Do I have an L word? A word starting with an L. Regulator. Log. Roll, log. Actually, roll is a good word. I mean, for stories, you're rolling around on the ground or you got rolled. The weather is, it has sprinkles right now, and it's probably like 60 degrees out, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So, arm, A-R-M, arm, usage. I'm going to be looking for an L word in here. Something that starts with the word L. And there may not be one here. And so when I cut these cards, I cut them to a specific size, and then I couldn't get all the words, but you know what? I'm going to do this word glue. So we got go and glue, G-L-U-E. She was the glue who held the relationship together. Glue. Immune. So did I have one over here with the E? I did not. Emissary, amortize, edit. Here we go. E-D-I-T. Edit your life. She was the glue who held the relationship together. He, clinging to his myths, had to make an edit in the middle of the sentence. Edit. Drama. D-R-A-M-A. and that's down at the bottom, drama. Their lives were full of drama. That's what my sister has, a lot of drama in her life, chaos. There has never been a moment where there wasn't a whole lot of chaos in that. I don't exist very well in chaos. Kangaroo court. The kangaroo bounced through the field. 0, 0. I should have made this one the 0 card, but I didn't. 0, Z, E, R, O, 0. So let's put a few more words in here. Actually, maybe kangaroo. I'll run that across the bottom. I don't know. Education, innovate. If you are one of those type of people who want to be self-employed, own your own business. Armor, drama, yeah. So innovate. I am innovating right here. I grew up in a family of people who are in business for themselves. And that has always, I've been self-employed before, and I've always felt like I could be the hope again, mud, stuck in the mud. Was the word armor in here? I don't think I had the word armor in here, so I'm really going to only use words that are in here. Tender. Your heart was tender after those words were spoken. Tender. Outward. You looked fine, but inward, you were wounded, tender. But you had hope that eventually you would get out of the mud. So hum that song your grandmother sang to you to lull you to sleep. Feel, manifest that love you felt in this moment and move forward with kindness, kind words, kind thoughts. Because sometimes all you can do is pedal in place. Go to sleep at night, dream or not dream, wake up, breathe in and out, go to work. Pedal in place, it feels like you're going nowhere. Go through your day, go home, eat, watch TV, go to sleep, dream, wake up, breathe in and out, pedal in place, pedal in place. It's a full moon today, yes. Yes, and for 9 years I did that, pedal in place, as I got over a broken heart. Drama. The drama was deafening. Global. Oh, I love that movie. Global Gem. It was Dodgeball. Dodgeball was such a great movie. Claws. How do I use that word? Claws, because it's like a face. Let's do this one. Face. Face. CE. Put on your face. Go to work. Pedal in place. Breathe in and out. Repeat. Spin. Repeat. Backspin. Repeat. Spin. And follow that rhythm through the day. Eventually, you're going to get out of the mud. Rhythm. Okay, I think we want to put in just like one other crossword over here. Maybe I got myth, oracles, riddle. Riddle, that's a good one because that's actually like in that area of myth, riddle, loophole. The crook found a loophole in the tax code, and now they don't have to pay taxes this year. Lead or lead? Lead or lead? What is it? Arrive. Arrive. Formal. World. 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 Jet. Jet. G. Jet. Stranger. I'm just going to run that STR. Actually, too many. No, stranger. Who? Ash. Is looking for pattern. For those patterns. PATTERN. There are patterns that occur in our life over and over and over again. When you recognize them, that's how you can break free and create a new reality. And then I'm just going to add that word that's not in here, free. Break free. Okay. Those are a good set of words that go in there. I really need to see if I can find that stencil. It has to be around here. I tried to organize my life a little better. Yes, my family is aware of my online presence. My mother doesn't quite understand. She kind of understands, but she doesn't really. Every time she gets sick, she has like short-term memory issues, and then it takes a while to like recover from being sick. My sister expects me to become a big. My sister is hoping that she's hoping that I will be one of those YouTubers with a million subscribers. That's what she's hoping for. I try not to think about that too much. I do think about that, but I don't want to get a big head about it. My hope is that I will be able to make my living. It may not be this channel. I'm probably going to have another channel and after this, but I'm trying to crack a few there's a puzzle that I'm trying to crack open, and that is, how do I increase the average view duration on my videos? And if I can get my average view duration up to around that 70% mark, which is, I really needed to get it there, but I know that I'm not there. So there's a lot of things that I need to do, and I don't know how to solve that issue. And because I want to go into doing divination, but I realize now that, and you guys have told me that that's not what you're interested in for me to do with this channel. And so I'm going to start a new channel probably in April where I'm going to do nothing but divination. But I'm not going to really say what that channel name is. I actually have the channel name, but I'm not, because it's, and I'm going to try to grow it organically. But maybe that's not my destiny, but I just feel kind of called to go do that. but I also feel called to do this and to do like the arts and craftsy type things. So anyway, that's I'm just voicing my thoughts on things, and I'm putting it out there in the universe. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. I don't know. But anyways, what do my family think about my online? Now, some of my family doesn't know my like my aunt. They kind of know, but they don't really know. I have like one neighbor that knows, and then the rest of the neighbors haven't I haven't really been all that open because they're not all that open with the concept of tarot. And yeah, they're not many of my neighbors, because I live in a rural area, so people are really conservative. I mean, we're all conservative out here, but we're conservative in different ways. And so um, I'm not religiously conservative at all. A lot of these people aren't religious at all, but they tend to would be look at things like tarot and New Ageism and universalism as really suspect. And even my mom's kind of feels that way too. She's kind of an old timer, and I inherited some of these gifts from my great grandmother from Sweden, and she was a tarot reader, a fortune teller. Um, I think she was born in, let's see, she was 90 years old in 1980. She died in 1980, and so she was born in 1890. She came to this, I think they came to this country in the 20s, and she came to get a divorce. She came to get a divorce. She was had been in an arranged marriage, had lots of children, and they both came, and then they brought their children over separately, and then they worked 6 months, and then they brought their first two children over. Then they worked another 6 months, and they brought two more children over. And my grandmother, my dad's mom, she came with a younger sister. They came over on a boat by themselves at like 8 years old. And so that part of that family line is where I get, because they were kind of psychics and they were fortune tellers. And I know that not everybody believes in that stuff, and that maybe they think that's a myth, but nevertheless, that's kind of my life, and I've had those tendencies all my life, and most of the time I just ignored it, ignored it. But anyways, that's another thing. So a lot of my neighbors, I have told some neighbors that I have a YouTube channel, but they don't really care, so it's fine. Um, some of the neighbors are kind of nosy. They want to know what the hell I'm doing, and um, but most people just don't really ask those questions. Anyways, that's all. I've been talking about nothing here. I do have a small amount of time today, and my brother-in-law's birthday is today, and so we are gonna have to leave soon to go to a party. But I still want to find that stencil, and I may not be able to find that stencil in any. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do now is maybe I really want to find that stencil before I glue this box together. So do you have any other questions? I know some people are concerned about an online presence, but that's also why I really go out of my way to not tell my exact location. And granted, I have, when my neighbor comes on, I have a tendency to really talk about the area that we live in a whole lot more. And I gotta really work on not doing that so I don't give away my exact location. But somebody who was familiar with this part of the country that I live in could probably figure it out. And I have worked to separate my channel from my other online presence as well. So yeah. So I'm still looking for this one particular stencil. Because I don't remember what it put it. You know what? I'm not going to find it. I'm going to find it in any. And so I'm not going to glue this today. I'm going to go through these cards and we're going to go practice with these cards again. Well, hello, hello and welcome. So these are this is an oracle deck that I made for Hershey. And because Hershey has so generously invited me onto her show so I could practice reading, I can practice doing divination. And oh, and thank you for that message you had on your channel, that you had on your channel. Which I just happened to tune in at that moment because that actually did help me get out of that funk, Amanda. That from recalling from that question that I asked Jeff on his channel, and that opened up this huge memory that of the past that was a real dark time, and so your message that you had in that moment helped me to get out of that funk. However, that I did end up staying up till 6 a.m. and anyway, it's just another story. But I just wanted to thank you for that because that actually did. It was a healing thing, and so I'm gonna just go through here, and we're gonna. These are my open word crossword oracle, and I was gonna use a stencil on the box that I had made to put them into, but I wanted to put the stencil maybe over here. Actually, I want it on this side, but that's okay. So we're gonna. This is just a practice thing, and the cards fit in the box, and maybe I'll do. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So let's just do a practice here. I gotta get offline in like 10 minutes, and it's time for me to do my duties as a caregiver for my mom, and yeah. So, all right. So let's just go, and I'm gonna knock a question in here. Thank you, Dramaden. Thank you for being here, and yeah, and we will see you the next time. I'm going to be back on Friday night, 9 p.m. and I'm gonna do something different. Like I've talked about it a few times now. I'm gonna bring out a big box of Legos, and we're just gonna do for my random Friday thing. I'm just gonna do Legos, and I haven't really played with Legos for I'm 50 something years old, and so it would be like 40 years. No, it's over 40 years. So a long time. So let's just go stop to 3. I'm going to clear out these cards, and I'm going to take this card here, number 2, and see what it has to say for us. You know, I've used this one already about the touchdown story. I made a touchdown story. You can be the hero of your own life. Get out of your closet. That place you trap your true self in, the self that makes you happy. Because in that closet, you are the hero, but you can be the hero outside of the closet. Open the door. Open the door and go into the world as your true self, the hero of your life. Don't stand there like a statue when the headlights hit you full in the eyes, the headlights of your neighbor, of your peers, asking questions that short circuit you or say things that are meant to hurt. Stand there, breathe in and out, be your hero, and proceed forward out of your closet with your own strength and inner strength, because you are an alpha. All right. Well, Amanda, thank you for popping in for a minute. I'm gonna be popping out of here in probably you know, um, 3 or 4 minutes and finish up. And I'm gonna get ready to go to a birthday party this evening. And I'm gonna do one more of these. That was sort of like an oracle reading that I gave with these cards. And thank you for popping in. Yes, you have a great, beautiful day yourself. And you know, Amanda, I've kind of lurked on the edges and watched some of your shows, and you know, you look radiant and beautiful in so many of your lives. I just wanted to put that out there. You're coming into yourself. Okay, so this one is the 0 card. It's the seed card. It's what comes in the beginning. In the beginning, you start the reel. Is it a reel-to-reel tape recorder and you start recording images, experiences on your reel? Or is the reel playing out a movie projected onto a wall and you are living this movie? Did you plan it? Was it a labor of love planned before you were born? Or are you laboring in this moment to create that film you are living? All right, well, there we go. Okay, let's do one more, and then I'm gonna call it a day, and then I'll be back on Friday evening at 9 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Pacific time, which is midnight on the East Coast, and I think it's like 5 o'clock in the morning if you're in Spain. 5 o'clock in the morning if you're like in UK or something like that. Okay, this one just popped out. Actually, 2 of them popped out. Evie, okay. He just dropped a video. So, okay, 26. 2. So that is the number 26 plus 14 is 40. 40. So it's my 4. So we have a life path 4 plus 0. The beginning. So we did a 0 before. 4 and 0. So let's just see what these two together have to say. Loophole, riddle, formal, court, dub, court, arrive, bill. Bill, look, it's got my name in it right there. Bill. Bill has arrived at a destiny. The portfolio is out on the table. The portfolio is not a formal thing, but it is important. There is important data here. The important data is necessary to build the house of respect. It's important to respect others' freedom, to respect others' wishes, to respect them as long as they are respecting your boundaries. Let the dominoes fall where they may, because some things are beyond your control. You have to accept the fact that many, many things in our lives are completely beyond our control, but we like to think of things like a puzzle or a riddle that we can figure out, that we can figure it out. Sometimes you're not meant to know what tomorrow is, what tomorrow has to say. I mean, you can kind of make some predictions about tomorrow based upon the decisions of today and yesterday. You know, that energy is out there, and you can kind of piece together what can happen. And then with experience, you can see all of these things when you look in on other people's lives, you look in on the lives of your children, your friends, when they keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. You can see those patterns and you can recognize those patterns. But the reality is, we're not meant to know the future for your life. But that makes living so much more exciting, doesn't it, to not know? Myself, I see the role of the diviner is to help an individual figure out what's going on in the present and in the past, because sometimes we really just don't know what happened. Some of those events are so painful that we just bury them down deep into a closet. We bury them down deep, because if we brought them into the light of day, we would spin with vertigo. We would spin or hallucinate like you ate a magic mushroom. So, to think of being a diviner for the past, well, what you're divining is you're looking into the past to figure out what happened. I mean, because some things just happen, and they just derail our whole lives. I have a couple of those episodes in my life, and or I thought I was going one way and I wanted to go one way, but then a couple things happened, and then you end up lost in a nightmarish dream over a lady, and it's hard to see. And so in order to go on, to move on, you just push all of that stuff down deep inside of you, and you lock it away. And that's what happens. So divining into the past is a legitimate thing, because it's not necessarily you're divining into the past, you're divining into your subconscious, because when you have those strong things that happen and you don't deal with them by bringing them into the light of the day, you end up doing just that. You bury them down deep into your subconscious, and they become some kind of a program, a negative program that ends up informing how you live your life today. And that's what's important. Why, maybe for you, you don't do, some people go to therapists and they do that divining through therapy, and some don't trust therapists and they go to their priests and they spend their time in confession and they talk and they talk. And then other people will do that same divining by opening up a journal and just writing and writing and writing. And then there are other people who ignore it altogether and spend all that time just drinking or using drugs and burying those things that are painful way down deep, cover them over. But sometimes you're going to have to face it and look at them. I had one of those moments yesterday. I opened up that closet and I felt vertigo and dizzy with anxiety and dizzy with being lost in the dark, skating around a rink with no skates on. Anyways, that's all for today, folks. This is a crosswords oracle. It's not something that everybody will attach itself to. This is I made these recently, but I have my own that I made a little over a year ago. And so it's good for divination, but it's also good for using them as prompts for writing stories. So with that, I'm going to say good night, good afternoon, wherever you are. Have a wonderful day. And if you're just joining us, this is the 999 ASMR Tarot. I am just some random guy on YouTube speaking into a camera phone at you. Bye-bye. That's okay, travel sibling. I wasn't very chatty yesterday. I'm recovering from I guess it seems like it's a weekly migraine. I have migraines every week now again. The weather must be changing. And so, bye. I'm going to be back on at Friday night. On Friday night for a random Friday at 9 p.m. Pacific time on the 999 ASMR Tarot. We're going to do this Friday with Legos, I believe. All right. Bye-bye. Good night. Good afternoon. Yeah. Bye.